Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ken. So basically what we're doing right now is that we're following my journey within the Canadian Armed Forces in basic training. There's a little mini series that was basically created for recruiting purposes. And if you haven't seen the first episode, I highly recommend you check the first one and see them all throughout. Otherwise, let's watch the next episode.
I'm Sergeant Derek Scott, and this is Basic Up.
We're going to deploy to Farnham on Monday morning, and right off the bat, we're going to the range. So the troops are going to be on the range. They're going to be doing PW2 Level 2, or Personal Weapons Test Level 2. Plus, Tuesday night, they're doing the night firing supplement with that as well. After that, we're going to be going right into topographical training. They're going to learn, to consolidate what they've learned so far theoretically about maps, compasses, magnetic declination. We're going to show them a GPS, we're going to do some stuff. Then there's going to be practical training exercises.
Platoon 11 begins the day at the firing range. The sun is shining and everything is going well. But you never know what the day will bring.
When the target's gonna pop up, you guys gonna have to go on kneeling position. Then when you're gonna be done with the second shot, put your weapon on safe, stand up, move back behind your mat. Then we're going to have another exposure with the same shooting. Target's going to come up. You're going to go on kneeling, aiming, shooting. Right there, target's going to go down. Target's going to come up. Shoot the second round. When second round's done, put it on safe. Stand behind your mat.
Kind of funny to watch the experience of other troops in general, but whenever we did any live range training, you never had anybody on the intercom like that shouting out instructions whatsoever. We all would gather at the very beginning, have a safety brief, make sure that all the weapons that you have are unloaded, that there's nothing inside of them, and then you would be collecting your ammunition. And as you can see, there is a C7A1 and with a 2x scope on it, and it's a 30-round magazine on the bottom there. So obviously this is Canadian Armed Forces, and with the Americans out there, this is equivalent to M4. As I said in the previous video, it's equivalent to the M4 because it has full auto, as well as this version has a 3-round burst as well as single shot. And it's very accurate firearm, very happy with this firearm as I was deployed with this one. And yeah, it's overall pretty light, pretty accurate, and it's pretty useful throughout the CF.
That's it. Still aiming. Still aiming. Put on S. Put on safe. No. Keep. Stay here. Stay here. You do it again.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. And we're basically what we're doing right now is following my journey along with the Canadian Armed Forces with basic.
Put on S. Put on safe. No. Keep. Stay here. Stay here. You do it again. This is pro, right? Yeah. No. Still on your knees.
Just one round per. Let's
When you go down.
Ready, go.
Come on. Aim. Shoot.
So most of the targets were probably about maybe 200 meters away, if that. Pretty close. The 2x scope really made it a lot easier to shoot on the targets. The ammunition was 5.56 NATO round, and like I said, it was pretty accurate firearm. And not too many iron sights were basically used at this version. We are all upgraded to the 2x scope. But as you can see here, that she was kind of a little bit more trained than the majority of the individuals maybe within the range. A lot of these people never actually fired a rifle in their life before, and this is a very brand new concept to them, maybe a little bit scared, a little bit nervous with it. There really wasn't too much training about like controlling your breathing, but if you had any experience or watching movies, things like that, before you went over to to basic training. You kind of had a little bit of experience with that, but as long as you were able to think about controlling your breathing and getting your eyes on target, maybe you're lucky enough to have a relative who taught you how to shoot before you went there, you had a little bit of an upper hand, but this was just more of a familiarity shooting course than anything else.
Completely off.
Non, il va tirer, c'est qu'il n'a pas tiré.
So he's just trying to sight her lens right now, or her scope, excuse me, and see how well she could shoot.
Come on.
Take position. In the sandbag. Set it on.
Up your fire.
What do you look at now?
I see the target.
Yeah?
I'm pointing at the bottom of the yellow.
Okay, I've got the result from the tower. None of you guys passed. You all failed. What we're gonna do, I'm just gonna give you another 25, and we're gonna do the test again. Any question? You guys have any question? Yes.
How do we all fail?
How? Because you didn't take your time. Didn't hit the target. You need 33 to pass. Most of you guys got 25. Some of you stopped right at 32.
You serious?
Do I look like a guy's making joke right now?
No, sorry.
That's not my joking face. No? Yeah? I mean 32.
So it sounds like they had 2 magazines, 30 rounds per mag, a total of 60 rounds, and the majority of them did fail. They got less than 32 rounds on the target, and that's really terrible. But again, this is basic training. This is them, like I said earlier, they never held a firearm in their entire life. They never shot targets this far in advance, and God forbid these were moving targets. But these were just basically paper targets that just basically had mechanical where if they were hit, they would fall down and come back up.
I've never seen that before. One other thing that I've never seen before, never seen any relay pass that test for the first time. You all pass. Thank you, Sergeant. Okay?
He's just goofing around with them. You love the morale in this.
It was okay. I didn't mind. I like the weapon. I like firing. I was just confused at first because I thought you just have to hit the target. I didn't know it had to be a certain closeness and all that. And I would always get like 4 of them at the right area, and then 1 of them would be in the middle of nowhere. So it was my first time firing it, and I failed 3 times. So it's okay though. I passed the forward. And I don't know. It was cold. I was freezing. I was shaking. The weather sucked.
Basic Up will be right back.
I don't know what she means, but it's cold. There's no snow on the ground at this moment, so if this is cold, this is going to be a really hardship for her. But a little bit of joke here is that a lot of the guys who are downrange within the firing range, just basically the way it's designed is that you got a flat ground and you have a little bit of a hump, and then you got the targets on top, but underneath behind is actually there's people underground. So it's basically like a dugout that a lot of people are on, 1 person per target, and they would like hang up the actual target themselves, or they would count the rounds. But sometimes, if like down the road you kind of screw with people and you actually use a number 2 pencil and you actually start poking holes all over the place and really screw with people, they make it look like they were all over the place with their target, especially if they were really cocky sharpshooter. But there's always a lot of fun to kind of mess with people. Also, the people who are really terrible, they try and pretend there's a really good grouping. And anyways, a little bit of fun.
How'd your day go?
Today, not so good.
Talk to me.
My scope is all messed up, so my sight is just off completely. I can't make any shots whatsoever.
No, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You know how
He's talking about waking up at 4:30 in the morning.
Wake up.
Yeah, wake up call was great.
That was
Oh, Waco
Almost
was
as well
fun.
as my mom could do it, but just doesn't have that little touch. They're missing something.
Mainly it's just the fact that you're with all your buddies, you know, and you're on a range, and you're all trying to do the exact same things. It's kind of thrilling.
It's not something you do in civilian life, eh?
Nah, you'd never do this at home.
I didn't shoot too well, but today's weather was way better for the conditions to shoot. So I think it'll be fun. It's going good.
Did you pass?
Yesterday I passed the test, yeah, after a couple tries. I'm glad they gave you that couple extra tries because I needed them. But I'm still here, so that's good.
So these are typically the mess boxes I was kind of talking about. Normally there's like food inside and they would have a different kind of course within it. Underneath would be like water and like a feeding tray. But we'll see what they got to have to serve for lunch.
I want 4 volunteers right now. 2 and 3 and 4. Put your plates back over there. You just became cooks. Take the covers off and see what we got. On for those. Start with that one, then we'll go to that one. Recover that one. This one. Yes.
So you can see the actual steam coming off these little boxes here, and like I said, they're like quite delicious meals. So I was really surprised a lot. Whenever I was doing any kind of shooting range, I would never been exposed to this kind of stuff. This is just for the camera treatment. I would get like little lunch boxes with like maybe a chicken salad or something that I never really liked as in the civilian world, but eventually it's like you eat this or you just don't eat it at all. So you kind of have to suck it up. You might get like a juice box or some sort of like treat or something like that. And that's only specific to the ranges. If you're in the field, obviously you'd be getting rations, if you will. Or if you're really lucky, you'd be getting mess hall dinners like this. And this was always quite the treat, if anything.
2 ladles down at the end, that's for the gravy. Ready to go? Yes, take the plastic off. As soon as the cooks tell me they're ready, go. When you're done, listen up as you're getting your food. When you're done, you come back over. You wash your plate in here, you rinse it in here, then rinse it in here, then the paper towel to dry it. Understood? Yes, yes. What are my little fucking squeegee things here?
Turkey dinner. I don't remember ever using paper, or sorry, not paper, but like any kind of plastic utensils, plastic plates like this whatsoever. I don't remember wash bins. It was either you throw it in the garbage, that was it, move on with your training, or yeah, I don't recall this. I may have been issued this, but I can't remember. It's been too long.
Sentry at the ammo point, and they stay all dinner time there. Look how many you are here. Nobody went there to relay them. They didn't even eat. Well done, people, well done. Okay? Make sure next time every 20 minutes like we did yesterday, you are supposed to go and relay them. They stay there for all lunchtime.
Let me take over from this point.
I freaking asked you freaking people, did they get freaking relief to eat? And I was told yes. Those 2 out there, who are they? What's their names?
Howell and Osborne, Pio.
Howell and Osborne are going to be the only ones to eat supper tonight. The rest of you are going to spend a freaking entire supper period pumping push-ups. What?
Again, the PO is watching too many war movies just for the camera, but he's not wrong. The two people you saw just earlier, not even a minute ago, they're basically sentries. So they're sentries for the range. They kind of hang out there. They kind of let the people know within the range that if anybody's coming by, if any figureheads are coming by, and it's more of a safety that like they know that a live fire range is happening. And what is supposed to happen, so that's why he's being so upset right now, is that somebody's supposed to be relieving them to have them eat their lunch. So everybody within this troop has eaten their lunch right now, except for the two have been waiting. So that could have been an hour, could have been 2 hours. And then now that they're all fed, they're all standing at attention right now. But again, it goes back to a little bit of a game of that. They never actually explain that somebody in charge of the troop was supposed to be relieving those two with two fed individuals so that the other two can come in for lunch. So again, it's a game within basic training. But again, for people who don't think about this kind of stuff, you need to look after everyone. That way everyone is sufficient, everyone is healthy, everyone is fed, and everybody's ready to fight.
Watching them eat. Jesus H. Christ! What kind of teamwork is that? That is totally freaking unsat. Relay 1, get where you've got to go. Relay 2, get that freaking place cleaned up. You two, there's still some food left, go and help yourself. I am not freaking impressed. No more smoke breaks, no more breaks of any kind whatsoever. You sit over there and you stare at the sun.
3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be right back.
8, 9, 10.
What? Guys, water canteen at the back, okay? It's always been like that. Why is it changing? The water canteen is at the back of the pack. Is everybody steadied up? What's going on?
All right, everybody picks up their weapon. 3 ranks over here right now. Over there, there's a chair and a box you can sit on. There's 2 box lunches. You guys go over there, enjoy your supper. If you want to go inside, that's fine. Take the weapons in with you, not a problem. Use the chair, sit down, relax. Today was one of the most disgusting displays of lack of teamwork that I have ever seen in all the time that I have spent here at CFLRS. You are my 19th platoon, and I have never, at this point in the training, seen such a horrible lack of teamwork. Absolutely disgusting. And quite frankly, people who can't even look after their teammates are not the sort of people that I want to go on a mission with anywhere in this world. Because if I can't trust you to make sure that your wingers got freaking lunch to eat, and that you didn't leave them standing in the sun for an hour, and that you told me that they had been relieved, then how the hell am I ever going to trust you to watch my back when I'm walking fucking freaking open order?
You can tell he's trying to censor himself as much as he can for the video, but you know, the military was a little bit tougher back then, and even for a lot of the more veterans before this time, is that this is really tame compared to what they used to experience.
1, 2. Weapon out in front of you like this. Hold with 2 hands. Squat position. Change. Squat. I wonder if they're going to come over and relieve us. I wonder if they're going to remember me. How long are they going to leave me here for?
So right away, you can see right here, the guys are actually taking it seriously by doing an actual squat position. You can see on their legs that they're doing a 90-degree angle compared to the ones who are kind of cheating, thinking that they're getting away with it. I'm sure they're going to get burned on that in a second.
You put them through an hour. You're going to be in this position until they're done eating. If asked a question, he doesn't give a false answer. If he doesn't know, or she, were out there the entire time in the hot sun without anything to eat, looking after this platoon's ammunition. Oh, fuck. Get down, Wong. Oh. If I fall over the side of the ship as I'm thrashing about in the water, watching the hull of the ship sail away into nowhere, I always have confidence that the members of my team will soon realize I am not there, and that they will come back for me.
You can never hear the agony within them because it's a lot of burning sensation that goes within your legs as well as your arms, because it's not natural for us to hold our arms out straight like this for extended amount of time, especially with like having a rifle that's about maybe 20 pounds, let's say, with both arms. And it's very, very quickly you're going to have a lot of resistance with gravity.
They will look out for me because I am a member of the team. Hold that weapon out in front of you. A very long way to go. Stand up.
So again, this is very awkward for the two other people who've been kind of like relieved, because who's replacing those two? Let's be honest. Because in theory, somebody's supposed to be replacing these two at the very entrance of the range, and I bet you that didn't actually happen. So again, these two are sitting here. They're kind of just like maybe a little bit relieved, maybe a little bit feeling embarrassed, but again, it's part of the game.
Be thankful this isn't the FNC-1. It weighed about 5 pounds heavier. Get that weapon in front of you, Shave. That is what team building is about. We do it all together. Right? Don't think this was some sort of theatrical stunt. Right? They owed you guys a meal. And they've now paid you back a meal. You understand where I'm coming from? Yes, don't you be sitting here thinking that they're suffering for you. That ain't the way it worked. Understand what I'm saying? Yes, don't you two feel bad when you go back over and rejoin your teammates? Do not feel bad. They earned that. Get where I'm coming from? You follow?
Hard lesson learned. PO was PO'd.
What exactly happened to the incident, and explain to me what was his reaction?
Well, it was lunchtime. We had to post 2 sentries up at the ammo zone and 2 sentries watching our kits. And the ones that watching the kits were relieved, but the ones at the ammo zone had to stay out there all hour in the sun.
So what happened with them, and then what was the punishment?
Well, they got their supper, during supper, a little box lunch, while we were doing some squats and some, some calisthenics.
Basically, it's a good lesson learned that everyone should eat and everyone should have a chance to work as a team, right?
Wow. That's a good lesson.
What are you looking forward to the most? What are you really looking forward to?
In Farnham?
I think the field training. A lot of the field training, I'm really looking forward to that. Getting out there,
survival skills. It's good stuff to have.
The rain.
So you probably notice right now that it's actually nighttime, and that's because there's a night shoot as well. So no, they do not have MBGs, but they do use like basically glow sticks on the targets to kind of like show a little bit of light with them, and then they have to do their best to use their like 2x scope. And inside the scope itself, actually, if I remember correctly, has a little tiny a sight aperture that illumines in the dark. And honestly, I haven't really seen that too often because majority of the missions were during the day, and I did have MVGs on with like special optics for the night. Yeah, so during this time of our training life, that's all we really had. It's very basic, and they're lucky they didn't have iron sights because you couldn't really see that at all.
makes you really feel like a real soldier then, eh? When you got to stay out in the rain and get soaked and wear soaked combats.
This is more for you Army guys get to do this all the time. I'm a Navy guy. This is the one and only time for me.
I don't even have a hotel to stay at. I'm Air Force, right?
Well, somebody from Petty Officer Chapelot's platoon, they were doing night topo exercises last night and got to a topo point and went, oops. So we put together a search, and it's now coming down from higher up that training activities are going to cease, and we're going to search until we find it.
What is the value of this? What was lost? Explain to me what the implication is when it goes missing like that. What happens?
Well, there's a whole bunch of agencies have to get involved. Chain of command has to get involved, because we're talking about a C7 fully automatic weapon with a bolt in it that anybody gets a hold of. You know, we've got a fully automatic 5.56 assault rifle. You know, the idea that gets off the training area, that's just, you know, scary, because there's hunters come through here. There's, I've caught civvies come walking through here before. You know, what do you call poachers?
What would be the punishment to the soldier if you have lost?
That one, I'm not even going to go out on a limb. I'm not even going to dare to guesstimate what the commandant's going to do about that. I know what I would do, but that's...
Has this happened? Is this something that happens when soldiers lose their weapons in the field?
This would be my 19th platoon here at CFLRS, and I've never heard of somebody losing a weapon before more than 5, 10, half an hour.
So basically what happens is that whenever there's a firearm that is missing and they really can't recover the firearm, is that the MPs or the military police have to be involved. Sometimes there's a little bit of catch-up when it comes to the platoons to actually find the firearm if they are having a competent recruit to lose the firearm. But it's very rare for that to ever happen to involve any MPs whatsoever.
Basic Up will be right back.
Do you do camouflage on yourself, or did you have someone do it for you?
First time he did it for me, but he did it so bad I do it myself now.
So what pattern are you looking for?
Pattern.
What pattern of camouflage technique are you using?
I don't know. I put like brown all over and I just add other colors.
What's up now? How's the field been for you? How's the experience going?
It's okay. I don't like them waking me up in the morning. Yesterday I went out of my underwear for the fire thing.
Is this butterscotch? Yeah. Oh, stop. That's lots. No, I did the same thing yesterday, too.
Your face looks so funny. Do it one more time. Are you okay? I'm sick. Okay, that's fine.
So what's your main course then?
Spaghetti with meatballs.
Like that?
So these are the Canadian Armed Forces rations, and sometimes when you're lucky enough to be doing training with different countries around the world, you can actually exchange rations. We exchange rations a lot with the Americans as well as like the British as well, and every single one is kind of like a different course throughout. So you have your course for breakfast, you have your course for lunch, you have your course for dinner, and the options are basically, they always change from year to year. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get something that's maybe like very tasty, like meatballs, as this guy's having, maybe like some sort of lasagna, Hungarian goulash. There's variants of different types of rations, and I was told that they actually, while they're trying to decide what rations to actually have in place within the following year, they actually have chefs that cook an actual meal to a bunch of people who will grade the actual rations before they actually get develop into the ration packs themselves. So this is actually like serving a real dinner with different samples onto a actual dish, fresh on as different individuals get to sample each meal or each course, and basically kind of tally up what their favorite ones are. So there's variants out there. There's a lot that are really disgusting, but surprisingly enough, you start to really appreciate a lot of them. It creates a lot of garbage because you got your main course, you might have some sort of stale bread, you have some salt and pepper, you might have some hot sauce within it, you have dessert, and you might have a side dish as well. And I think there's like a fork and a wet nap and maybe a spoon if you're lucky. I think there's also instant coffee involved and a napkin. So if you don't use them all during that time, you can actually keep some of this up for your next dinner. and it's pretty useful because sometimes I think you get peanut butter and jelly, and you can keep that, or you can trade that with your fellow members.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, so I can't wait.
Looking forward?
Yeah. It's food, I guess.
What are some of the best rations you've eaten so far? What are your favorites?
Hungarian goulash, shepherd's pie,
Hungarian goulash is the only good one I've had so far.
and the salmon. Yeah,
Salmon's not bad.
the salmon's good though.
Hopefully I get to try the meatballs tonight.
Anybody want this salmon? Anybody want to trade for salmon? Anybody? You over there. Let me see what I get.
So what do they put in there anyway? What do you find in there?
I'm not sure.
Chocolate bars, gum.
Coffee?
I'll give you a pack of
Coffee in every one.
steak sauce. It just drowns the flavor of everything else.
It's just like Tabasco sauce, gives everything
Just put it on it and it tastes like home cooking.
How do you find the food? As first experience eating the ration packs, and what do you think about it?
Some aren't bad. Some I'm not going to say on camera. We'll just leave it at that.
How about yourself there?
It's a win and lose. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. It's really, we don't go with, oh, my box says I've got, what do I have here? I have lasagna on this. I'm not going to get lasagna. It's whatever comes out, have it. It's really easy. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not. I'm not fussy.
So to warm up the actual ration itself, you have something that's called like a crock pot. So it's basically like you add water to it, it steams the rations inside, and it pressure cooks it, or a pressure cooker, if you will. And once it's ready, basically it's all hot, ready to go. But at the same time, you can eat them cold if you really want to. It's a little bit tougher. A lot of people kind of get gummed up inside, and sometimes it's unfortunate for them. But as long as you're drinking coffee, things like that, you're going to be pretty regular.
Get to hear over here all that, great sound bites. Pino talking about his hemorrhoids. All right, timings. Eat. All right, 17:45. On the road in a single file. We're going to issue it ammunition. Okay. 1800 O group in the restaurant.
1800 ogre.
Okay. 17:45 with me on the road. We issue the ammo, and afterwards you have the orders. I should say.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
We're just exchanging our boots because we got a bit wet. Somebody lost their weapon, as I'm sure you heard. So we're just we were marching through the swamp today, so we had to go find our weapon. It was a little tough though because the thorn bushes were really thick, and we got caught up in them. But it was a pretty eventful day. So,
how do you lose your weapon? That thing is 20 pounds. It's on a sling on you. I understand if you're falling from an aircraft and you're a paratrooper and you have enemy combatants firing at you and there's a lot of chaos going on, there's aircraft going down around you and carnage and death. But when you're in a safe environment that you're surrounded by people with no ammo and you're just literally just trying to make it through the day with a bunch of friends, there's no excuse for that whatsoever.
successful find? Yeah, the platoon that lost it found it, so thank God, because now the kid isn't going to do as much time. I think he's still going to pay for it, I'm sure. But, it's silver lining, I guess.
When you're in the field, then, what do you do to think about the first time you've ever had a weapon yourself?
First time I ever had a weapon, you don't really, what happened today was really a wake-up call. Now, you don't really pay attention to it. They tell you to sleep with your weapon and all that. But now, it's gonna be on me at all times, I got nervous, so you guys coming up here, I stepped up a bit closer to my weapon, so you just gotta be really self-aware of it. You always gotta know where it is at all times.
So everybody's experience within the shooting range is very different. But as you can tell, they learn quite a little bit of lessons of make sure your firearm is beside you all the time, make sure that you're working together as a team, make sure that everybody's being fed, make sure that basically you're ready to go, you're ready to fight whenever you're able to, and that if you're not able to accomplish something, that you're going to work together to get it done. So anyways, I hope you guys liked that one. It was a lot of fun. And check out the next video because it's going to be even better. Talk to you guys soon.